What's that you've been reading?
The Andanuth. I found it in that house yesterday.
Good?
Like nothing I ever read.
It's a road. There's a girl on it.
A girl? What's she doing?
Just standing there, talking to herself.
She's a guard.
I don't think so. Just a kid wearing a dress.
It's a trap. She's bait.
Yeah. Yeah, you're probably right.
Maybe. Maybe not. We gotta check it out.
Sam, what are you doing? Sam. Go with him.
Are you the mailman?
What?
Are you the mailman?
No. No, I'm not.
I'm waiting for the mailman.
Yeah? Why's that?
My dad is waiting for a package. He ordered some books. Some game books. I'm going to meet the mailman when he comes. We can play games again.
Where is your dad?
He's over there. He doesn't talk much anymore. I think he'll pick up when his books get here.
You should just come with us. It's not safe out here alone.
What's your name?
Emmy.
My friend's right, Emmy. It's not safe. And the mail hasn't run in a... Well, the mail isn't running anymore.
I shouldn't be talking to strangers.
We gotta go. Now.
Where'd she go? Emmy!
Jukes, we have to find her.
Emmy!
Let her go. She's gone. Now, she was never even there.
Is that Emmy's dad?
It's the mailman.
It's Emmy's game books.
You know the rules. Take only what you need. Sam. Sam!
Emmy?
Some maps are drawn but never followed. Some adventures dreamed of but never experienced. To the Mad Mage, this was the greatest sin of all. He asked each of us, if you really want to be great, how far will you go? For over 15 years, we had no answer for him. Until today. Our journey to Castle Zagyg starts now. The fortified town of Yggsburgh hums with life. Traders, rogues, and scholars all gather together on the edge of the unknown. Depending on your neighborhood, the cobbled streets may be lined with strangers of an unscrupulous sort, but make no mistake, the people here hold the key to untold wealth and knowledge. Beyond the town's walls, past the rivers and the rolling hills, the ruins await. Crumbling towers, forgotten halls, and a darkness that stirs again at last. Most who enter the caves below may never be seen again, but those who do emerge will be remembered in legends for generations to come. And beneath it all, deep in the belly of the world, lie the upper floors of the dungeons. In this lightless place, you'll find twisted experiments, lost artifacts, and horrors unseen by mortal eyes. These are the first 5 layers of a labyrinth built by the Archmage Zagyg himself. This is more than a campaign setting. It's a gateway to adventures beyond your wildest dreams. So, will you walk with me, traveler? Don't you want to be great? How far will you go?
Trollord Games. Join the fray.
Okay, so exactly what they said happened.
So
Like, that didn't
evidently,
happen. They don't know what you're talking
Davis
about.
showed up, guys, and hit some kind of button, and it just ruined everything. But I fixed it for us. All right, it's fixed.
There it is.
There you go. It's all Davis's fault. I mean, anyways, let me start over. Good evening, after everyone. Good afternoon. Good morning, according to where you live in the world. Thanks for showing up and seeing us. We're gonna hang out with you guys and talk about Castle Zagyg tonight. Talk about Trollord Games. Talk about future projects, old projects, and also anything else you want to talk about, like movies, books, you know, that kind of stuff. The chat is absolutely flying. I can't even read it. My God. If you have any questions, please preface them, like I'm going to show in chat here. Just put a question in front of it. I'll put it in queue. I will put it in. Hold on. Do you want to go in the box? I will put it in queue, and we'll get to it as soon as we can. We are doing some giveaways tonight. If you're on one of the other platforms out there, whether it be Backerkit or YouTube or wherever, you'd have to come over here for the ticket giveaways. And what that means is you come over and give us a follow at twitch.tv/TrollerGames. And then exclamation point raffle will get you in there, our raffles for our codes. But everybody that's watching tonight, I'm going to put a link on the stream. And I will continue to put this up over time. It'll be good until probably about 7 p.m. Eastern tonight. But grab it while you can, because usually when I do this, the store floods out and nobody can get it. Hence the reason why I'm going to continue putting it out. And there's the link right there.
Follower has joined the fray.
Free PDF from us. Thank you so much. Yes, Stephen.
You know how you watch a TV show, you turn a TV show on, and it has like this 1 or 2 minute, really exciting, gripping introduction, and then you're riveted. You're there and you're watching it. And then they give you the boring ass credits, right?
Right.
From now on, let's let Davis introduce the streams.
You know what would be cool if we could film like a video up there, if like a couple guys coming in with like sunglasses like that, grabbing him and pulling him out of his room, and then we just play that whenever we're done with him. You know, we just play the video.
We just condense all this talking and just say hello and then move on.
Not really. You know, that causes a lot of confusion, Jeremy, that you don't have to deal with that I do. So trust me, Steve.
I don't care.
I know you don't care. You hate me.
I don't care.
Anyways, was there any questions? I've not even started the queue on the questions yet. So if you've got any questions, start putting them in there now, and I'll get them in the queue because I got so much.
Who created time zones and when?
I did yesterday because I was bored.
I don't know
how many time zones are there?
Coupon not working.
There's
You
a
know
lot
what?
of them.
What time did I set that
13.
for? Let me check it and see.
Roughly.
It worked for me. What do you mean it didn't work? Now, it goes into the store. You'll have to put it in your cart and check out for it because it's a store product. This isn't some PDF put up on the net just so to download. So get that. You'll have to do that.
Sir Sanford Fleming, Canadian engineer,
Coupon is for
1878.
$0. Oh, you know what? Let me
Really?
check it. Oh, it should be for $0, but how much is
That late?
Did
Oh,
that
okay.
late,
Yeah.
dudes? Let me look.
Well, I assume
Hold on.
like
Y'all
that was
are-
probably like the locomotive or something.
Hold on. I'll do it
Like the fact
myself.
that we can cross vast distances
I'm
very
looking
quickly
right
all of
now.
a sudden.
Yeah.
$0. Yeah, just proceed to checkout. It's a PDF. You just check it out. Right. It doesn't matter about that. Just click on it and check out. Oh my God. Oh.
We believe in you.
Oh, you're not seeing it on YouTube? That's unusual.
Seeing what on YouTube?
Welcome back to tech support.
Let me put it over there for you. Who knows? All right. I don't know how
We're here to answer your computer-related questions.
Jeremy, my computer won't turn on. Help me.
There you go.
You have to go into your directory.
Yeah, it's okay, guys. I just set it up that way. The
card
coupon
number
doesn't do
first?
anything. It just takes it.
Yeah. I want your Can you give me, please, the numbers on the front?
What? It's not for me. Hold on. I forgot. It's not going to do that for me. Wrong account. Hold on a second. I checked that on the regular account. That's my fault for sure. My bad.
Hey, you know what I did the other day?
What'd you do the other? I can't imagine what you did the other day.
I spent a couple of hours talking to Grok.
Okay.
And I asked him about
it's a troll that lives in his basement.
Yeah, mechanical analysis or analysis of some mechanics. And Grok literally spent 2 hours going over all these derivations of these mechanics that I came up with.
Shit out a bunch of math or something?
Yeah, I sent you an image of it. Yeah. I did not copy that entire conversation, so I just started all over again because Grok doesn't remember conversations after 24 hours, I think.
All right, everybody, just so you can hear me for a second, hold off. Close out your browsers. I can't even get in there to turn the coupon on. That's the problem. I'll turn it on in just a second.
What's happening?
I muted everybody so I could talk to him for a second because I had to talk to him. I couldn't get a word out. So we're good now, though. I can proceed on if you like. Yeah, so I'm trying to turn the coupon on. I guess I turned on the wrong one, and the website's flooded. I can't get in there. There we go. Fix that bugger now.
Well, you weren't supposed to, CJ.
Oh, it's on no discount. That's what happened. Let me fix it. All right, hold on.
Davis, do not touch any keys. All right, so you were having a conversation with Grok.
Yes.
Go.
And intuitively, this is what I was talking about, people who have game mastered and people who have dealt with rules for their whole life, like parsing and rebuilding and parsing and rebuilding. Who was that? Well, Jeremy, was I explaining it to you? That there's so much background knowledge in your head. Yeah, I was giving you the analogy of a mechanic, someone who has been a mechanic their whole life. Say, Dakota, who will come up here and say, well, you just need to do that. I'm like, I don't even know what that is. So there's
know what you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know, and you don't know what you do know sometimes because it's buried so deep. And intuitively, I felt that the mechanic I wanted was the correct mechanic, but I couldn't mathematically do it, nor could I do a proof. And I've asked several people over the years, but apparently the proof is really, really, really difficult. But Grok did spit it out for me after a few hours of wrangling, and my intuition was correct.
Okay. What was your intuition?
Was it 3D10 is the superior resolution mechanic or something?
2D10 is.
2D10.
Yeah. For specific results.
I mean, anything weighted at the middle, yeah.
Yeah, it's for a specific result pool that you want.
Okay.
So.
Anyway. Are weighted results as much fun?
Oh,
well, that's so Grok had all these opinions on it too, you know, and he's like, it depends on what you want the result of the game or how the interaction of the game to be. So 2D10, 3D10, and 1D20 all result in different things.
Yeah.
It was
hey,
really
Greg,
cool.
Just refresh your cart and try it. It should work fine. It's probably just remembering that you tried it a while ago, is my guess. I had to do that too.
You remember that episode of Star Trek The Next Generation where they had slugs in their heads and they blew up a guy's head?
No.
What the hell was that about? There's a violent head explosion in one episode of Star Trek The Next Generation. It's the only thing like that in any of those shows.
I don't know, but that reminded me, I was on Twitter this morning and there was an Assassin's show, and the Assassin show, someone shot a, oh, you know what it was? Ghost in the Machine. Is it no Ghost? The
last episode of season 2.
Yeah, it's Conspiracy, where he's eating mealworms and stuff. Yeah. They got little nubs on the back of their head that are like slugworms.
Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
She played in a movie where she's an assassin.
Yeah.
And the opening sequence, what is that? Ghost in the Shell.
Avengers.
Yeah.
Yes.
She's a cyborg in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the site's probably getting bombed, but I'll keep putting the link out while we're streaming this hour. So
in the anime, there's a shot. She takes a shot, and a bullet goes in someone's head, and then explodes inside.
I've seen that a GIF of that before. Just that whole scene.
Yeah. Let's talk head explosions. Obviously, Scanners has the best head explosion.
I've seen a bowling ball go through a lifelike head replication.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's kind of cool.
There's a really good head explosion.
Chopping Mall.
Chopping Mall. Yes, I was just gonna say that. There's a great head explosion in Chopping Mall. There's also a really good one
forgetting
in
about the king of head explosions.
Dawn of the Dead.
The movie called Rubber, where the tire rolls around and blows people's heads up.
It's got a pretty good head explosion.
I have not seen that movie. Was it made by Stephen King?
No. That was directed by Name Withheld upon request.
Some of his movies were actually he didn't direct his own movies. Who directed Overdrive for him? Who was it? Was it somebody?
Maximum? That was him.
Hey, I got a serious question to
at the
ask.
beginning where he's like, "Oh, if someone's going to do it right, it better be me."
No, it's Rubber. They're saying Commander Pete.
Yes, Commander Pete.
Am I like confusing my memory with a movie, a serial TV, or a real life event where someone put a exploding collar around someone's neck?
That's Saw, probably.
No,
it's a couple different.
No, that was a real life event in the 80s. Yeah.
It's called the pizza man heist. They had a pizza man come out to a remote location. They put a bomb around his throat and told him to go to a bank, pull some cash out, and it goes horribly awry from there. And he's sitting. It's terrible. You see it on YouTube. It's terrible. It's absolutely terrible.
Hey, check your cart and see if it's already in the cart. If it's in the cart, then you just have to check out, Greg. I'm not sure because I had to remove mine a while ago though. Sometimes it does that. It's weird how how websites are. They have cookies and they remember all the crap. So
now that is an interesting idea, Chuck.
So we have our first question from Declassified. Declassified asks, since it was determined yesterday that to fully enjoy Castle Zagyg, the cross-section map was vital, has it been decided yet to include it as a physical copy for those who purchase the physical copies of each book?
Yes, we will put that on adults. Yes, yeah. Oh yeah, for the 180. I think is that the question? Is it going to go because it's already on everything else? Is that the question?
You will get if you order the hard copies, you will get a hard copy of the cutaway.
Yeah, I probably need to fix that in there, but yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it'll go in probably the second box.
I think on the project, it says 180 level gets PDF. We'll change that to print. It should be print.
Yeah.
That wouldn't make any sense. So, yeah. I'll make a change of that. I'll make a note of that.
We do not know the size of it yet because it may be like an extended.
Yeah, I'm worried we should just send like the first part. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah, it's a lot of levels in there, but.
If it's to scale, I would assume that it's going to be like a fold-out thing, like very long.
Thank you, guys.
If it's to scale, wouldn't it be like
several
thousand feet?
Well, no, a miniature is to scale.
That would be awesome.
That's
awesome.
1-to-1 scale.
You get a free castle with every purchase.
You got to specify your scales, Jeremy.
I would assume it's 1,000 feet to an inch or something like that.
Deadlock. That sounds familiar.
You'd have to ask Peter what the scale's going to be.
That's actually all been turned over to Benoit. I talked to him yesterday about it, so he's actually going to do it.
Oh, he's doing the cutaway?
Ben's going to do the cutaway, yeah.
Oh, nice.
He did such a fantastic job for Memorial Tomb. The art, the cartography for Memorial Tomb is jaw-dropping. I mean, it is
no. Memorial Tomb is jaw-dropping. It is good. It's good.
It is pretty good.
I'll go on a limb and say it's worth a purchase.
So with 3 boxes, how long could the campaign run? Honestly, CJ, and I don't, not to be sarcastic, you could run years and years of games.
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm gonna say 5 decades.
Yggsburgh has, it's like, I don't know what it is. It's hundreds of adventure hooks in it, and there's tons of NPCs in it.
Yeah.
And then the castle itself would probably take, to really explore it and run it, months, and then each of the levels months. I mean, you could go for all, but if if you just ran it straight through and used Yggsburgh as a place to regroup, a year to 2 years minimally for these three, I would think.
Yeah, and
I'll give you the short answer. More than 3.
There you go.
And then if you consider that the dungeon repopulates,
right?
Yeah, I would assume there's something in there about that.
Yeah.
You'd have to like build a stronghold in the first level of the dungeon or something.
Yeah.
Use that as your base camp going forward.
and then you're strong. Yeah, then you have to hire henchmen to guard the stronghold, and then the henchmen will revolt because you don't pay them enough. Obviously,
that's why you get a good. That's why you get a good castellan.
Yes, that's true. But I would string them up.
Good deal, Greg.
Okay. That's when you invest in like golems or something because they won't betray you.
Oh, there's a good idea.
You build like 6 stone golems and you say, all right, this floor is ours. Do not let anything in here.
You don't have to worry about it.
Except for me.
Burn it all. So where are we at on this? Do you have another question?
Yes, just popped up. The link that was sent for the Adventurers Army PDFs is asking for shipping and cost. Is that supposed to happen? No. But I had someone else ask me that, and I went and checked. The only reason they'll be asking for shipping is if you've got the actual shipping card in there with it. That person did. Check and see what's in the cart, because if you have the shipping fee in there as well, it will charge you for that. If you've already paid for it, take it out. You should only have in the cart those, either the 2 PDFs for the lower level or all 3 for the complete and above, right? Let me know, though, MJ. If you have a problem with it, email us at product support, okay? Because I will get you fixed, of course. That seems to be the common thing. A lot of people have been adding that shipping module in, which is not a bad idea. Next time I do this, I tell them to do it. I'm going to actually set it up that way. It would be kind of cool to do it that way. But anyway, next question is from PsychWar81. What is Canopy of Green's status? Troza!
Canopy Green, the proofs arrived in my email this morning. I will go in there probably either late tonight when it's quiet or tomorrow morning and go through and approve them all. Shouldn't be any issues. And once I've done that, it's just printing at that point. So hopefully 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks or so, they're printing it in boxes shipped to us. So we're at the end game of this one.
That'll be good. That will be fantastic.
It's pretty sick.
I can't remember coming to Twitch and you guys, we're here eternal.
It means that I've got a lot more boxes to pack.
Oh, you've got a lot. We're going to work your hide good.
Chuck.
Yeah.
Chuck, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but we are not streaming on Backerkit.
Oh.
I set it up.
Oh.
Let me go check. You're right. It's not. Why isn't it?
Gotcha.
Welcome back to tech support.
Okay. I see exactly what happened. They've got some. You know what? I forgot about them. They do everything in Pacific Standard over there.
Like I'm bathed in sunlight right now.
I'll fix it right now.
They firewall you. Firewall you.
So what is it? Is it 251 there now? God bless it. I swear to God.
Sure.
Why not just have it whatever IP I'm at? Ooh.
They need to have it. Everybody needs to adjust their clocks to Troll Lord Games time. That's really it.
That's it.
Which is completely random.
It's just random time.
Hey, can you send me that link?
Which link?
White box.
Yes.
Are we? Hey, Chuck.
Yes, sir.
By the way, we're not streaming on AOL either.
What? We're not on AOL? What the? I give up.
Chuck,
we're not streaming on Aristotle.
Eternal. Kevin, I wish we were. I wish we did have a MySpace page. That would be freaking awesome.
I'm getting emails saying our QuakeNet IRC is down. Can you look into that?
We're under a heavy DDoS attack, so everyone is just...
There we go.
Sweeper, I saw your question a second ago. Forgot to answer it. Currently, we do not have any box sets set for Amazing Adventures. Jason is going to wrap up the 2 books that he's got.
Right.
The Brotherhood of St. John, 2 books for that. And then the monster book is the next thing after that. And then when that is wrapped, we'll look into expanding that stuff.
Anybody experiencing technical issues, open up your computer, pull out your RAM stick, give it a good blow, put it back in, and you should.
No, don't listen to him.
Are there any?
Go into the file finder.
So
no,
Brian
go
Stewart.
to the file finder under System 64.
Look for 30. Yeah.
and then
Commander P
find a file
is
called
causing
System
problems.
32.
Yeah, that's some malware. You got to get rid of that.
Delete it.
Wait. Say again.
No, Davis, don't listen to
no.
anything that
You know what? That's fine. You
Davis?
won't have to listen to him no more, Davis. It's just us three.
That is
okay?
true. You will not have to listen.
They've been
to it
silenced, all right? So, you know.
Yeah.
Anyways, we have a couple
Rough.
questions that
It's
popped
rough
up
out
in
here
the
for
chat
somebody
here.
All right, so listen.
Chuck's
There's
using
a backer train going. If someone pledges now, within the next minute, 55 seconds, we'll get a backer train going. So
I need you
Call
all
now.
to back this Kickstarter so that I can move out of my uncle's basement and into an actual building.
Hey, how's your cot holding up in there?
Man, it's great. Man, it's great.
All right.
nice and quiet in that shop.
It is nice and quiet. I remember when I slept here on Thanksgiving, I slept right here in the print shop, and it was the quietest I've ever slept. It was awesome. No, I live in
Okay.
the print shop now, okay?
Let's do some of these
Has he
questions.
put in an air conditioner yet?
Yeah, there's an AC right over there.
Oh.
right behind you.
Okay.
Right.
All right.
Oh, right.
Where
Okay.
my fingers at.
Okay, let's answer some of these questions here. Real quick. If you are watching the
He is my
stream,
uncle. Yeah. So is Davis.
you done?
Sorry.
Now,
Yeah,
that's
well,
good.
somebody
That's
asked me.
good. No problem. Let's see. My problems. I can't concentrate. What was I doing? Yeah, here we go. All right. So first off, I've had a couple people ask this question. If you want to get the free download while we are streaming today, all right, I'm going to put this link in the chat one more time. It is not a code; it is a link. So let me drop that in here. I'm gonna find the right place to go here. I swear to God, you guys got me all messed up right now. There you go. Check that out.
My shirt says it all.
Whiskey helps. You ain't lying.
Yes.
All right.
I was just thinking about that scene from Falling Down.
Okay. First question is from Brian Stewart over on Facebook. Good evening, Brian. Are there any updates as to when the CNC starter set is coming out? Next week, right? No, you go.
Should be out in April. Yep.
There you go.
The box report tomorrow.
That's good to know.
Yeah, it's all at the editor now, right?
Yes.
Starlaw from YouTube asks, will Amazing Adventures box set contain amazing dice?
Well, there isn't one yet, so.
Well, there's not one planned at the moment. So when it's planned, I'm certain the dice will be astounding. I mean, amazing.
Amazing. Yeah, shoo.
Yes.
Next question is for Davis from Savage Splendor. Did you get to finish A Field in England? What were your thoughts?
No, I actually have not finished it yet. Okay. It's one of those things. I will finish it eventually. I just don't really have the time to sit down. I get sort of agitated when I have something else to do. But I will say this. I'm about halfway through it. There's a little more dialogue than I want to keep track of, simply because by the time I start watching it, see, like this morning, I got up at 1 a.m., right? So by the time I start watching something, it's 5 or 6 at night. I am exhausted. My brain's shut down. So I generally just don't listen to dialogue that much. So I find myself rewinding a little bit. I do like this, though, and I suggested that Kent watch it as well, or Steve watch it as well. It is dark and somber and moody, and it has the feel of I would like to run a campaign set like that.
What is this? That sounds right up my alley.
Oh, dude, you would love it. I think you would love it.
What is it called?
What's it called? What's the name of it again?
Fields of England.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's on my watch list. I'll have to pull it up.
A Field of England. Field in England.
Yeah, Field in England. Kent, you would love it. And the first scene will, when he cuts off that thumb, I think. Just
Don't give me any spoilers. Is it
okay,
medieval?
I won't.
Is it medieval? Is it
Renaissance?
Renaissance? All right.
Early Renaissance.
I'm gonna watch it tonight.
What the hell?
Yeah, no, it's right up your alley. You'll be able to watch it. I'll try again tonight, but I sat down and tried to watch something yesterday, Mr. and Miss Smith, before I went to bed. I literally managed I think it was 8 minutes into it before I was sound asleep.
I need to get to the point.
Well, that's what I was thinking. I was like, there's so much talking in this, really.
All right. Any more questions, Chuck?
Yes, sir. All right. I think I got it. Commander Jess McLeod, did you get that link, buddy? Let me know if you didn't. Yell in chat. Let me sure I know you didn't see it earlier, so I was hoping you got it. Declassified.
You know, I'll probably get up in the morning and watch it instead of working.
That's great.
There you go.
All right. Declassified asks, question.
That's great.
The idea was floated about a World of Greyhawk setting by Troller Games. Obviously, that causes intellectual property rights issues. Would it be possible as a workaround to do such a project with names changed to protect the innocent, as the saying goes? Oddly enough, tagging on with that was the Tome of the Grey Raven asking if there's any rumors on Altamira.
So the first question was, because this was in Greyhawk, could we do something?
Yeah, yesterday, someone asked what our dream project would be, and I jokingly said Greyhawk. And then he was like, "Hey, could you do a Greyhawk with the serial numbers filed off?"
Yes.
Could we?
In theory, I guess.
We certainly could, but I think
we could. Yeah.
I think as soon as you do something like that, it kind of loses its.
It cheapens it a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, it's not Greyhawk, right? It's the same.
Though I think my dream project, Jeremy, is a dungeon called a Dungeon of Dragons.
Yeah.
Chuck,
yeah, give me just 1 second.
and to follow up to that. So to answer your question, we certainly could do that. But I would actually rather kind of fuse Greyhawk with Aired in such a way than doing that. But being a huge Greyhawk fan, it would be something to entertain. Now, having said that, Gary, when he created Castle Zagyg, Castle Zagyg is down from the larger town of Dunfalcon, which of course is Greyhawk, with just a different terminology on it. So he had already kind of done that a little bit. So if you get into the Castle Zagyg,
it wasn't quite detailed out.
Yeah, no, it's just the Eastmark is kind of that area around, what
the
was
south of the Near Deve, I think it's called.
Yeah. As for Altamira, we had a long talk with Jay at Page, and they are still writing it. We're waiting for the manuscript. As soon as it does, we will start moving forward.
I can't wait on
that. Jay's had a few setbacks that he has, I think, worked through. So we'll. There's Lord Gazumba in the chat right now.
There is Lord Gazumba. You can ask him all kinds of questions about Altamira. He loves to talk about it.
Yes.
Let's see. Next question. And Jace, did that work for you, buddy? All right. Next question is from Classified. Oh, no, I just asked that. So the next one is... a comment from Megalon71. Someone please eat a cheeseburger.
I need a cheeseburger.
I got us cheeseburgers today.
Did you really? From where? Where'd you get them from?
Black Angus.
Angus.
Any good, Steve?
They were delicious.
And I got a vice versa from White Dingus.
Pretty good. That's
White
pretty good.
Dingus.
Hey, Dingus.
All right. Next question is from Halakar. For those that joined the mailing list prior to release, there was supposed to be a PDF of an inn. When will that be available so we can access it?
Should be tomorrow. Peter sent it to me today. I need to go over it and kind of make sure everything's kind of lined up. And I think that Bill sent over, there's basement and then level 1, the ground floor, then level 2, and then lofts. And I think Bill is knocking out the lofts right now. So we should have those tomorrow. It should be rolling out tomorrow. To everyone who signed up and followed the Kickstarter before we launched, you will get a free copy of this.
Now be aware, in that PDF, Gary uses the word wainscot more than I've ever heard it in my entire life. Every room has one. He mentions it.
So, real quick, Akechi asks or says, getting an error with a coupon link. It says, sorry, Castles and Crusades S2 Align the Ropes PDF is not in stock. Please edit your cart and try again. That is very strange. I don't think anyone else has
Yeah,
had
we're
that
out of
problem.
PDFs.
That's awesome.
The hard drive.
I don't
got
know if
empty.
it's where everybody's hitting the website so hard or what. I don't know. Let me go look there.
We
I
have
gotta-
sold so many PDFs. Are giving away. We're out. That's awesome.
We're out of
Let me have a look and see.
Yeah, no.
I'm gonna choose PDF. I'm gonna. It doesn't print. Oh, it's showing like they're in stock for me. Well, I mean, there should be. We don't track stock on that, so that's odd. Give it a minute and check again before the end of the stream because that's odd, Catchy. I don't know why it's giving you that. No one else got it, I don't think.
Wolfgang asks, is the rest of Abstract still going to happen? Yes, absolutely, it's going to happen. I got to work a little bit on the novel again today, so every day I'm squeezing out a little bit of time, and it's getting better every day.
Now that's not Abstract though. That's a novel.
That is novel, but that means that I'm able to work on things that are on my desk.
Yeah, I noticed I wasn't getting like a metric ton of Skypes from Kent this morning, which will stop here soon since Skype is going offline. So I knew that he was working.
I've decided to increase workflow here at Troller Games. We're not going to have a communication device. We're done. I'm just going to send an email out every morning, and then we'll regroup the next day.
Wolf. Okay, it looks like someone knocked over the Wells Fargo truck carrying the PDFs and selling them for cheap out of the back of their car, according to Wolf Line. So since declassified, since you had the
It
same
was
problem,
Dom Toretto.
I will look in just a second. Let me give these other questions out here. Rich469 asks, will you guys be attending Page next January again? Was awesome meeting Steve and Chuck and getting to play a game running by Chuck. Oh, Rich, very nice of you. Thank you for that. And yes, we are coming back. We have lots of things planned. I've been talking to Ron. We're going to have our own area this time, and he's got some cool ideas. We're going to try and do some cool things up there. So for sure, we'll be there. Sure. Let's see. The original Wopanese says, Field of England, like medieval Zardoz. Oh, God, I thought that was the question.
It's good. Yeah, I'll watch it in the morning, I think. I'm not going to want to work tomorrow morning.
Yes, I put streaming area page. That's right. Okay, I think we're all caught up. Let's see. Mordreen, have you all considered making pawns like the Pathfinder ones from the TLG artists? I'm not familiar unless you're talking about like paper minis. Maybe?
They're like they're chits with faces on them.
Oh, okay.
I saw a question for me in there. I can answer if you want.
Yes, please.
Answer
Go
away.
ahead, answer away.
Okay,
Because I'm going to go
so
find out what's the
somebody
deal with
asked-
this PDF.
Somebody asked, what's the deal with this big stack of empty cardboard boxes back here? And if you go to our website under Reduce, Reuse, and Recycle, you'll find out why. We use them for packing.
We chop them up.
On the cutter.
Yes.
That I love so much.
Our beautiful, beautiful cutter.
I was gonna grab some of the strips that we use, but if you get a package, sometimes you'll have like 4 to 5 cardboard strips between your books and the edge of the boxes. That's to help whenever our lovely mail people drop them.
It basically means our boxes are quadruple boxed.
Yeah, it's like quadruple
It
box.
says the PDFs are all sold out. That is weird. There's no tracking of PDFs. I don't understand unless they're just bombing the store. Let me go look. I'm gonna go in here and look. While I'm doing that, will you guys cover the questions for me? Because we're called up.
I am.
Thank you, Steve.
I have not seen any questions pop up. And see, how are the sales for the new Castle Zagyg? They are going extremely, extremely well. We are very, very excited about it.
Just once per user.
We are moving a lot of bundles, which is really nice. Which is all 3 of the hardcovers and adventure.
So many. Yeah, it's a screen, it's Hallowed Ring, and then the 3 quart books.
Yeah, we need to replace that Hallowed Ring.
We sell probably anywhere between 15 to 25 of those a week.
Easily. Yeah. It's been nuts watching the stacks just dwindle away, which is very
I
cool.
think. Well, like I said earlier, I did a mass inventory of all of our hardbacks, and we're blowing through it.
I know people's frustrated, but I'm sorry. Savage Splinter's trying to sell his PDF for $5 to everybody that can't get the PDF. Dude, you're a riot. All right, so real quick, guys.
Dakota, did you see the Skype I sent?
No, I did not.
Real quick, guys. Anyone who's having a problem with the PDF, just like with
I'm not.
MJ Cook earlier, just go in and I forget what he had to do, but you should be able to remove. If it's giving you that error, just check and see if it's still trying to apply the coupon. For some of you, I think you said that, Jace. Yeah, there you go. Malaki's telling me because he had to do it too. I don't know. It's something to do with the cookies. I don't know.
Is it Malaki or Malachi?
I don't know. Malaki, Malachi.
Malachi.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know. I knew it once.
I can't see it.
Ray Raven says, any updates on the rights to print Board the Rogue? We have petitioned the court, so we're hoping in the next 3 weeks or 4 weeks that we'll hear back from them.
Wild
Malaki.
This Years of justice turn slowly.
Yes.
Oh, you deleted the cookies and it worked? Okay. All right. Well, let me go in here and see if it's actually tracking the stock. I mean, it shouldn't.
Hey, Jen, I have some bad news for you.
Excellent. I love bad news. I thrive on it.
You know when I started working on that abstract stuff last year?
Holy
Yes,
shit.
I still have your notes.
Look at this.
My file is gone.
I've got it.
You stole my file off my computer?
I don't know, but I got it. I was looking over it like 3 weeks ago. I was going, oh, this is Davis's stuff because you made all these notes, which goes in.
All right. I found one more copy of the PDF laying around, and I've generated 1 million copies of it on the site. Try now and see if it works.
There we go.
Evidently, at some point, whoever put that originally on the store, it wasn't me, set it for tracking stock. It's probably back when it was just you before we had Dakota.
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that tracking stock thing doesn't work.
Oh, really?
No.
No, it doesn't work.
Well, it works pretty good on this end. It's
every time somebody buys a book, it sends me an email. You have 9 of these left. You have 8 of these left.
Well, we have it set for 10. Can I set that lower for you?
I guess. I don't know.
You know, honestly, at the end of the day, and we've had this conversation, Dakota's standing there in front of the shelves. He knows when stuff is out of stock, so he doesn't really need a warning.
I mean, a lot of this was done before he came along, though, is what I'm saying. I know it's in there.
My whole idea for that was so that I could have an inventory of every single product we have, and then I could do every 6 months, I can go back through an inventory and see what we sold and where we're at, and blah, 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 blah.
It's just the way.
All right, let me see. We caught up on questions now that I've got that issue taken care of. I'm glad you guys caught that. I'm sure there's more on the store. Any updates on the rights to print Gord the Rogue?
We have petitioned the court. It is before the court now. So hopefully in the next 2 to 3, 4, 5 weeks, whenever the court gets to it, I don't know what their docket's like. It's usually about a 30-day wait. We should hear back. I don't anticipate any problems, but you never know.
I would be very, very, very happy if we got those because I've never read them because they're prohibitively expensive to get these days.
Yeah. And we
really,
yeah, really hard to come by.
Chuck Winter is asking if you can share the link to the free stuff again to the line on the road.
I just put it in there, Winter. You read my mind. Hey, Heather.
How's it going? How's it going, Heather? Trolls in the wild, yes. Trolls need to be set upon fire.
On Twitter, on Twitch, I can do this too. This will help a little bit. It's very decorative.
Oh, Heather's here. Who did the album Pepper? What's the band name?
Salt and Pepper.
No, it's the Butthole Surfers.
Yeah, Butthole Surfers. Okay.
Salt and Pepper. Oh, that's really good.
That is a fantastic song.
Yeah, that's a great album.
Yeah, you listen. That's probably the album next to it's Led Zeppelin. That when I think about music and you, it's Led Zeppelin and
Butthole Surfer. Yeah.
Davis, there've been a couple requests. Which album? What song?
Pepper from the album Pepper. Butthole Surfers.
Butthole Surfers. Album's Pepper.
There's another good album, Violent Femmes, and then there's what is it? They did Images of Matchstick Men. It's a San Diego band.
I know the band, and their big pieces. Oh shit! Now I can't think. Yeah, no kidding, Lord Gazumba.
What's he talking about? What is it? Is this he's talking about the song Pepper? Because I don't know anything about it.
No.
You've heard it. Just type it into YouTube and listen to like the first 12 seconds of it. You'll have pictures of match.
Is he talking about Led Zeppelin though when he said Zepp? Is this
no?
Well, that's the Butthole Surfers is the name of the band.
So what did he say Zepp for? I'm curious.
And Pepper's
what he's talking about. What Jay is saying that Davis's mix of Led Zeppelin and the Butthole Surfers is quite an eclectic mix because Led Zeppelin is
okay, I got you. Yeah,
Butthole Surfers is grunge. I don't know what.
Well, you got to remember, Jay's in Philly. Everybody in Philly listens to sports radio. That's all they listen to up there is freaking sports radio.
Sounds like hell.
And he knows I'm right because he was riding around with me and that shit. I was like, God, cut that off. I went into Walmart. It was playing in Walmart. I'm like, oh my God, these people up here. They love their sports.
I put Pepper in the chat there. Oh,
Capper Van Beethoven. That's the name of the band. Capper Van Beethoven. That's another great band.
That's
that, Prodroma?
I listen to, so.
Yeah.
So showing is sold out for even after clearing my cookies. All right, hold on. Let me get back in English.
That's a great band. They Might Be Giants is a fantastic band.
Yeah, They Might Be Giants is a great band. There was also this brand. What are they? I thought it was from Canada called The Presidents.
Nickelback.
Are you talking about the Dead Presidents? You talking about
the Dead Presidents?
Yeah.
Is that it? Yeah, the Dead Presidents. It was 4 guys.
Yeah, they did like Peaches and all kinds of crazy songs.
Yeah, Peaches. Come in a can. They're put there by me in downtown.
That's awesome lyrics. It is some awesome lyrics, that's for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, calm down. I'm not making fun of the Phillies. God, he gets so bent out of shape. Jesus.
And the funny thing is, I first heard Peaches when I was in Canada. I was driving up to Edmonton, and I was just like, I heard that song. I was like,
what? You are right.
The song is crazy. Pepper's a crazy song. Came out, what, 92, 94, something like that.
Oh,
no, it was a long time ago.
I bet it's checked under each variation, too. If it is, I'm going to choke some.
Oh, Rush is a good one. Triumph's a good band, too.
Oh.
You can't be my Yoko.
Nope, it's not there.
And then there's Kent and I's favorite. Wait, Kent. Going to, what's the AtlantaCon, DragonCon? What was the Lords of Acid?
Oh, I love me some Lords of Acid. Lords of Acid is fantastic.
Oh, you've never heard of Lords of Acid? Oh my God. Okay, it's adult content.
If you need some energy, put that music on, rack it up. But now it's adult music. It's
adult.
Yeah, I can tell.
Yeah, it's got a lot of adult lyrics.
I found the problem.
Yeah, but the music, the beat is great. The sound is really, really good, energizing music. Lords of Acid, yeah.
You've got to be
powerful music, great stuff.
Listen to a bunch of like really dorky wizard rock.
Interesting. So, even though I unchecked it for it to be just don't track it, but under each individual variation, it wasn't checked, right? But I guess where it got checked originally, it had marked everything in there out of stock permanently. So I'm gonna hit update.
I aged like 4 days.
No one knows what you're talking about.
You know what? They're the only one. They're our customers. They care and they know. You assholes
they don't
go back to work.
They don't care. They just want it to
Go
work.
away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a long weekend.
All right, go ahead, guys. Let's try it now. It should work. I don't know.
If it doesn't work, sorry. You can back it up.
God.
Go home.
Back it up.
That's crazy that was in there. It's weird that
Do
everybody
we
was
have
able
any
to.
more questions that have popped up that are not related to the PDF failure to download?
No.
No, that's all anyone is talking about. It's the talk of the town.
Talk of the town. Yeah, I know. I saw that. That's why I went and looked into variations. Yeah, that's what. When's the last time you sold a line in the rope, Dakota?
I packed one like 2 days ago.
This is very strange. I don't know. It's fixed now, though.
Hey, Dakota, this guy, TLG Dakota, keeps asking about that line on the ropes, man. You need to get that fixed, Joe.
That dude is a troublemaker, let me tell you.
What is a PDF? Now you're talking.
I think we should include like a little.
A new follower has joined the fray.
The best thing about Wolf Alone is Wolf Alone put a dot in front of the PDF as if it's a file type, right? Very clever. What's up, Rob? Good to see you, buddy.
I have a question.
That's the truth, Scott. Punished all the time.
Jeremy has a question.
Hey, and it's a fun question.
Okay.
A zombie, when he gets you, eats your brain.
Does it?
A vampire, when he gets you, drinks your blood.
Presumably.
I don't give a fuck about no stupid Walking Dead shit. In general.
Okay.
Actually, they don't do that in the greatest television show. I don't care. I do not give a fuck.
Hey, Jeremy, you got a lot of pedantic dickheads here.
Yeah, I know. I'm setting up the question.
Hold on.
Okay,
when we're done with this,
listen.
I have a serious question for Steve. But go ahead.
Okay.
Zombie wants to eat you. A vampire wants to drink your blood. What does a mummy want? Does he just beat the shit out of you when he gets to you? Like, what does he want?
No, he wants to bandage you, bro.
I don't know. I never thought about that. That's never.
I'm obsessed with the idea of making mummies work as like a cool, creepy monster, but it's just like an old dead guy.
It's yeah. It's
Maybe
like
magical.
Maybe they should
toilet paper coming after you.
devour your soul.
They're trying to wipe your butt.
Like maybe they like suck all the moisture out of you and you turn into like ash or something. Maybe, but
Oh, Jeremy! No, Jeremy, you're onto a great idea. So a mummy's desiccated, right? It's got no liquid in it, so it can't live without liquid. So what it does is sucks the liquid out of people to revive itself. That's a great
restore
idea.
itself. Yeah, then maybe if it drains enough people, it's just like a guy.
Yeah,
a magic guy.
And
yeah, that's a great idea.
You know what? The rune mark spells in the adventure spellbook has a spell that draws the moisture out.
Yes.
So
players use it all the time.
You pee on them? Will that revitalize them?
The mummy's like, quit peeing on me.
No, and then there could be like burial customs, right, where they like lay the body on a bed of salt because they're like, we don't want this guy coming back as a mummy or whatever.
Yeah.
Keep him really dry.
You burn them.
Chuck.
Or you burn him, yeah.
Yes, sir.
You said there was a question.
Yes, 2 questions. First,
Wait. Quan Thulu says mummy equals dehumidifier.
We need that for our paper.
This reminds me of that skit about, Attacking the Darkness. Everybody's sitting around going, sounds like a bunch of gnolls. That's what we are, a bunch of gnolls. Anyway, TLG Dakota asks, question, should I paint my living room eggshell white or flat cream?
Those are the same colors.
Actually, it's not. And I'll tell you, oddly enough, I was playing
cream.
AD&D back in the 80s when my buddies got a job at a carpet factory. His job was to identify colors. He came over to our house one day and he says, listen, can I have a +3, some kind of item as a sword or something? I said, no. He says, I'll tell you what, if I can guess the color of your couch, will you tell me? And I was like, yeah, because I knew the color. My wife had picked it out. And he said, eggshell white. And I was like, I'd never even heard that term before. So, it's a real thing, Steve.
Well, so in painting, just so you know, Chuck, eggshell is like the sheen of the. So it's like eggshell's a little bit less reflective than flat, or no, than whatever. But flat's like the non-reflective.
Right. I got you. It's more of a flat color to it. I got you. Yeah.
Well,
so you know a little bit about. I figured you knew something about painting because you used the term eggshell.
He would not go.
Satin.
He would go with flat.
All right. So serious question.
Your question was answered.
So how many people know what wainscoting is?
So Gilbert Newport asks, hey all, a few questions about the Backerkit project. To what extent are the deeper dungeon levels you're developing for Castle Zagyg based on Gary's notes? That's the first question.
If he didn't write them, they're not.
Yeah. They're completely based on Gary's notes. Yeah. Absolutely based on.
There's no inventing going on.
Yeah. So we've got the maps that he drew back in the 70s and all of his notes. And Michael Stewart's we're sending those to Michael, and he's going through and expounding upon. He's coupling that with the notes that Gary made in 2003, 4, and 5, and 6, when he mapped out what he wanted each of the levels, and that we have each of the levels to be. So Mike is kind of marrying those two concepts up with the map.
Right.
Yeah, we're not making any. We're throwing extra
We're not
words.
pulling it out of nowhere. Yeah.
No. These are all Gary's notes, and we won't expand them.
Right. How much in the way of Gary's notes do you have for these deeper levels, actually?
About like 3 pages.
Don't listen to him. Don't listen to him.
Don't say that.
A couple of 3x5 cards.
About like a notebook.
We've got a lot.
We got the Bible thing, whatever it was called, right?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
It's kind of a staggering amount when you see it.
Have you acquired any more of his notes since 2008? Well, you can tell them the story, Steve.
Yes. Yeah, we went up. We at I think during Game Hole, maybe Gary.
Game Hole.
It was Game Hole.
We went up and we had access to the Bible, what Gary called the Bible, which was all of his notes for. They had the maps that he hand drew and all the notes that he did and all of that material, and of course we've got everything that he sent us digitally when he was kind of recrafting it in 2004 through 8. But yeah, we have access to all of that stuff.
Now, I do want to point out, because this is one of those things Gary and I had talked about. I know you and he had talked about it. And it's one of those things that I just want to put out in the community, is that Gary never wanted those notes to be public.
Correct.
Ever. Under any circumstances, he didn't want those notes to go out. And he allowed Kent and I to look at them, but that was it as far as I know.
Well, I have them now. We need them now,
Yeah.
obviously. Cause
We need to publish it, but for him to go out to the public, he never wanted those notes.
We'll never put them out. GLG will never put them out.
Yeah. And he follows up with, I just wanted to know how much of the Zagyg project is based on Gary's ideals and how much is filling the gaps. Thank you very much.
Yeah, so it's all we're not gonna fill in the gaps other than, I mean, if there comes to something like, so he made notes, for instance, in level 1, I believe, it might be level 2, he wanted that there's knolls there in his original notes. You can see it scribbled across the top of the page. Well, there's 7 pages per level, but he wanted knolls to be kind of predominant. So I've told Mike to take this and run with it. So if you're familiar with T1, everything's kind of mapped out. T1, everything's the villagers are described, the moat house is described, the monsters in the moat house are described. You get a hint of the elemental evil stuff. So Mike will extrapolate all of that. I mean, he's going to create these knoll bands, because like where Gary will have just knolls and then their stats, and then sometimes he'll have a number, and sometimes he'll have like 3 or 4 numbers. You can tell that he's run that adventure many times. So that room just adjusted to what he was, the level of the party that he was running into it. So we're going to take that and make it, read like T1. It's going to read like Gary would have wanted it to.
They were very much living documents, is the impression I got. They were constantly being altered.
And it changed too, the way he was doing notes and the way he mapped changed too. Over time. There's like some of it's color coded, some of it's handwritten. This goes to level this, and some of it has blue. So it's an interesting challenge to put this stuff together.
Yeah, the only gap fillers that I could imagine would be because it's so many levels and it's very, very complex, I think would be the right word. With interconnecting parts. As anyone knows who's designed a large dungeon, getting those interconnecting parts from your head to a piece of paper can sometimes, it won't match up. So I don't see any of it, or I haven't seen any of the things, but if that shows up, that might have to be married up. But.
Okay, next question. This is from Commander Jace McLeod. I saw that. I'm glad you got it, Jace. Good deal. Question: what other great things will you all be working on for the rest of the year? That's a good question.
So I'm going to be finishing the novel that I'm working on and Codex of the Plains. Those 2 I hope to have both done by the novel will be done very soon, but Codex of the Plains by summer. And then after that, it's on the abstract. That's what's on my docket. I know that Davis is. What are you're doing? Guilds of Orders now, and then you've got in Zaya. What do you work on after Guilds of Orders?
Well, you and I are going to have to talk about that.
Barsoom.
I was going to say, because you're going to have to you're going to have to put whatever you're doing aside as soon as this Kickstarter is done, and we got to get cranking on Barsoom. I'll have Guilds and Orders, blah blah blah. As we're working on Barsoom, though, we still need to be moving forward on those other projects. And then I'll be working on Inzaya almost exclusively after, with the exception of Barsoom, after, I guess after Gary Con, basically. Yeah. So Kent, no, you don't get to do what you want to do. You have to do Barsoom. Kent took my notes, I wrote that thing, and then Kent took it. He said, no, because what I did, that's the intro. I'm just collecting information. Literally, it was almost like an anthropology thing where I'm just like, here's this city, here's this tram feature, here's this canal, here's this thing, blah, 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 blah. And it was like, I was literally in a geography book trying to describe a whole planet.
And you know what he did instead? He wrote a short story set in Arkansas.
I did. But what's funny about Davis's intro, the whole beginning of the intro is really a discussion of Edgar Rice Burroughs and Barsoom in kind of a broader sense. And I was like 3 pages, Davis, and I read about maybe a third of it, and then I went delete. I just deleted it all and dumped it. And then I wrote it because I don't want, and you don't want, no one wants, they don't want to hear a historical treatise of where this comes from. No one gives a shit.
No one cares.
Those people who know, they already know. What I want, and you want, what everyone wants is when you open that book, this is Barsoom, this is badass. And let's start playing. And that's what Jeremy's alluding to. The original John Carter it's basically a manuscript that he's left his nephew, and his nephew is publishing it for him. So for Davis, I wrote that, hey, I need your archaeological, it's a letter from me to Davis, I need your archaeological expertise. I found this thing in a church in Arkansas. What do you think? And this is the manuscript. And then immediately we dive into what Barsoom is. And that's where Davis is, that's where I'm just, and that part I'm just editing because the only thing I did discover, you said there weren't many monsters. There's more monsters than you think.
There are. I think, especially after I read them, there's
white apes, there's Siths.
No, there's like 8 major monsters.
Big ice thing.
Yeah, they just keep showing up.
There's all kinds of stuff that he just mentions like in one word.
That's it. Yeah. There it is. And it's like those big stinging insect things or whatever they're. Yeah. Okay. He mentions in the sentence there's dozens of others out here as well. Yeah. So there's tons of monsters up there.
Yeah. I found a good resource for it. I'll send it to you.
Is a Zitadar a monster?
Yes.
Yeah, that's like
if you're not riding
like an
on
elephant
it is. I mean, it's a creature. You know what I'm saying?
Everything's going in there as a monster. I mean, and I don't know if you want to call them monsters, creatures, whatever you want to call them.
We got humans in the monster book. Everything's a monster if it wants to hurt you.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we just call it a book of flora and a book of fauna?
That would be cooler, to be honest with you.
That would be really cool.
That means you got to make a book of plants, though. Are you going to do that?
Oh, there's a lot of plant material to work with.
Codex Barsoom. There you go.
But there's a bunch of lichen, and then there's
monsters
there's
too, Jeremy.
jungle, right?
He has a dozen different types of trees described.
Yeah, there's all kinds of different terrain in that book.
Really good. I'm actually really looking forward to Barsoom, and I don't think that Barsoom is going to, because we're all so passionate about it. I don't think, and Jason's going to be on that one too. I don't think it's going to be, this monstrous project. I think that it's basically creating the world. With the siege engine's done. We're not rewriting it. We're going to take chunks of the player's handbook. We're going to put it in the
new follower has joined the fray.
We're not changing the rules at all. We're not making special stuff. And then we'll have classes and the races, whatever they are, and then dungeons. I don't think there's any magic really in Barsoom. I don't think there's spells. I don't remember.
Everyone's mildly psychic on Mars.
Yeah, but they don't. There's not like magic spells, like magic missile and teleport, and
I think it might be good to build a class that kind of fills in that whole, not just creating something that doesn't fit in the world, but like a machinist or something, like someone who works with like iridium or something like that.
We have something like that.
Well, whatever's going to go in there is going to be heroic. This is a game of what do you call it, Jeremy? Planetary romance.
Planetary romance.
Mars Botany Guide. All right, we got some more questions here. Quite a few actually. People are rolling in now. It's getting even bigger.
I got to read the rest of those. I've only read the first 3.
Get on it. So, Tome of the Gray Raven asks, have you come across any fun Easter eggs or surprises in Gary's notes?
The funniest thing is it's just weird magic items. There's just weird magic items in there. And like I remember the first notes and I sent to Mike, he goes, I'm not sure what this is and we don't know what it is. So we're gonna have to build it off of the 4 or 5 words. I think that's kind of the funniest thing. That and the death of Ernie and Luke's and Rob Kuntz's character. That's so silly.
It's funny.
There's a portal to Mars in there.
There is a portal to Mars in there.
Is there really?
I think there's also one to.
I don't think well, maybe I do remember.
There's also one to like a King Kong island, I think.
Is it really?
Excellent. Inclunade's there.
No.
All right. Next question from Wolfgang. Wolfgang asks, are there any more Codex books planned? Absolutely.
Yes.
Look under your seat. It's there now.
Yeah, he's working on Codex Germania and Codex. I can't ever remember what we've called it. Finica. Yeah, Codex Finica. So yeah, absolutely.
Did we get that updated version of Gods and Legends out? Did that ever see that?
No. And we're down to, I think, no boxes of that book.
Okay. Because if he's finished editing, it's ready to roll.
Yeah, it's in the queue. It's
So-
in the queue.
Real quick, I'm going to take a break real fast and check the Kickstarter or the crowdfunding project on Backerkit. And we are at 360 right now. All right. Just a reminder for everybody that's watching, if you are over on Twitch or if you want to come to Twitch, twitch.tv/TrollerGames, we are doing some other giveaways besides the free one. You don't have to necessarily come over here if you don't want to, but if you want to, you can give it on some codes we're going to give away later at the end of the stream that will for the store. And back to the questions at hand here. We've got some really good ones now coming in. Well, John D asked, does someone have a pet rooster?
Yes.
Well, pet's a different kind of word.
Pet's
It's
a
a pet
strong-
until it's time to eat.
Yeah.
Poor Medea, may she rest her soul.
So are both of them still alive, Davis? The rooster and the chicken?
Yep.
That rooster's an asshole, dude.
Yes. Dude, he attacked me one day for no reason. I was just walking across the yard and he ran up and jumped at me, and I was like chasing him, kicking at him.
Aren't most roosters assholes? That's like kind of their job.
Yeah.
Ray Tell says, in theory, there's a quarter to China in the dungeon of Zagyg. Interesting.
I bet you that's in the mouths of madness.
Oh.
I bet you $1.
Oh, yeah.
See, the original Wopanese asks, my understanding, which could be mistaken, is that the Hall of Doors to alternate worlds in Q1 was really taken from this, and that he had a fantastic Flights of Fancy, like Alice in Wonderland, available, basically, and anything can happen hallway. Is there something of that sort here?
You know, I've not run across that yet, but that's
Wow,
if there
Sammy.
is, I'm sure that's going to be in the lower levels. We've delved down in his notes. We've delved down to about level 3. I need to get into level 4 really last week. So that sounds like something that would be deeper. It also sounds like something that we published before the Hall of Many Pains, which is a large 300-page adventure that Gary wrote originally for Legendary Adventures, and then we brought it out for D20 and LA. But
I mean, it could be that stuff is still in there too. We don't know.
Very possible it's still in there. So we will let you know. Give us a shout in a few months as we delve deeper into this stuff.
Next question. Okay, thanks. Next question from the Tome of Red Gray Raven. Were there any other projects from Ernie besides Memorial Tomb in the works?
There weren't any in the works. I tried to get Ernie to write a book. He was far more interested in his gaming. He loved the game.
He did love
Just
the
wanted
game.
the game. So he did have, and I'm not 100% certain if this became the Memorial Tomb. He had a monster dungeon back in the day, and I know that he sold the original of those to someone, I can't remember who. So Memorial Tomb may be that, or it may be something else that he and Ben put together.
Weren't he and Ben talking about putting together some kind of follow-up to the
They've
Memorial
got
Tomb?
something.
Yes, I can't. Ben told me yesterday what it's titled, but there's a follow-up to it, but he doesn't want to do anything with it until it's 100% done.
Right, he don't want to have a repeat, does he, of last time?
The problems of the earlier Memorial Tomb, they just realized that it was
It's a huge project.
a huge amount of work. It's a huge amount of work putting, especially something that massive.
When I saw it,
very-
when it came into the door here, Steve, and I got that first box, I was like, holy shit. I had no idea it was going to be that big. Massive.
400 pages and
crazy.
20.
And it's extremely dense. The prose is
Yes.
so there's so much
It's
information.
awesome,
in all
man.
those
It's pretty
little
awesome. I will say that.
paragraphs.
Let's see. Death Angel Shadow says, where's the sword of Damocles? That's not Damocles. That's the sword of Zagyg. And it's right there,
It's
Jeff.
It's Damocles.
Hey, what's wrong with you?
Who are we going to?
So, well, we're getting ready into Jay here in just a few minutes. He wanted to.
Okay.
I knew we'd be running over. I knew we'd have a lot. We've got a lot of people on right now, so I'm asking these
Do
questions.
we really?
Yeah.
Yeah, about 106.
Well, there's
Oh
more
my
than that if
gosh.
you count all of them.
Oh, well, true, yeah. Just on Twitch, it's about 106.
Let's see.
Should've
Lord Kasumba asks, who am I seeing on the Gary Con Prelude show Sunday night? That would be Dakota, actually. He'll be there representing us as we.
Prelude show.
I'll be there.
That'll be me.
Yeah, we'll probably be on.
I
that
won't
day.
be there.
I hadn't told Steve about it yet, so we've been a little bit.
Oh, you guys going up for the prelude too?
And I actually will be in the chair that Davis is in. I'll be up at the farm.
Oh, really? You really? Okay, right on. That'll be cool. You
I
can
gotta
use
get
his
up there and
computer.
connect the cable to his internet.
Yeah, you just bring your laptop and some sort of a satellite. You'll be good. Right?
I think Davis is frozen. Are you frozen, Davis? You're just sitting there
He
still.
was thinking about something. I don't know what. He had this deep thought. All right, let's see. Oh, interesting. From Harad Cabal, Steve, and they, all of you could answer this probably, or some of you can. Regarding the binding, what is tight back?
So tight back binding is when you take. So that little, see if I can get that up there. That is the headband right there. That little piece right there above the book block. Tight back binding takes that headband, which is glued to the signature, and it glues it to the headboard, which is the board here underneath the wrap. So
to prevent it from arching.
that allows me to do this, and you can't see a gap. You see a little bit of one there that would split because you really shouldn't do this to your thing, but it's all glued together. It's better on my side where you can see it's not got a gap. No, it doesn't. It looks worse on the camera, but there's no gap. That's just the shadow.
Oh, okay. I know what you're talking about.
You see, there's no gap between the. Yeah, that's the shadow. That's not actually a gap between the book blocks. So tight back binding is what glues the book block to the headband and the headband to the board. Yes, so that you don't end up with Unearthed Arcana. I know that a lot of publishers, almost every publisher that we
Oh my
work
gosh.
with, that we know has had books disintegrate. We don't, because we always do. We've had one book because they didn't do tight back binding.
Really? Which one was that? If I may ask.
The Monsters and Treasure. You remember that? We had that.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Had to glue to the headboards.
We stood, Todd and I stood in that print shop for about 3 days and glued those boards back together. It was rather funny.
I've got 4 copies of Unearthed Arcana on my shelf, and not one of them's in good shape. They're all like, they just fell
Unearthed
apart.
Arcana was famous. What I need to dig out. One of the coolest things. So Davis bought the AD&D books as they came out. So we've got 1979 or whatever, whenever they came out. Look, all 3 of them are somewhere buried in that mailroom. There's no spine left to them on the wrap. The wrap is all gone. The board's gone, but the books are still very much intact because they're sewn. They didn't buy sewn. They did sewn in those days, and those books do not. Man, do they not come apart?
Yeah, this is a sewn book, right?
It is crazy.
And this book I bought back in early 1980, 84, 85. And I've probably read it a dozen times. And it's still...
Yeah, thank you. I remember that being a problem. I think there are a couple other companies had problems. The books just disintegrate, especially RPG books that sit, you don't just read it once and put it back on the shelf. You use it, over and over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Great. I actually got to run, so
All right.
bye, everybody.
We'll see you later, Jeremy.
Have a fun jog.
Have a fun what?
Bye.
Jog before he was running.
This question's for Jeremy. Oh, he's gone. Too bad. All right. So, question from More Dream asks: are any update on the possibility of legendary adventures?
We have not asked for the rights for that yet. What we're trying to do is to demonstrate to the court that we can actually produce stuff quickly, and I think we've done that twice already. This will go just head over heels. So once we've done that, I think that the last kind of step will just be petitioning the court that can we publish Gary's with kind of a carte blanche approach to the whole thing. And then we stop piecemealing it out. And that'll rope in legendary adventures, all kinds of stuff. So it would be cool. And I don't even know how this would plan out, but I don't even know where, like Dangerous Journeys, where did that end up? I know there were some lawsuits, but bringing out even some of that stuff would be awesome. Okay. But I don't know if that's even possible.
Careless Fool 3 asks, how many Yggsburgh IPs do you have rights to?
Just Barsoom. And we've got only Barsoom for the role-playing game. Like, we can't do a board game or a dice game or a card game. We have only the role-playing game. I absolutely love Edgar Rice Burroughs. But for those of you out there new to the stream, I'm a huge Burroughs fan.
Are you really?
I cut my teeth back in the 70s.
All I can think of is the Tarzan jacket when you say stuff like that. You were like number one fan.
Yes, when I was like 6 or 7, I had this brown jean jacket, and on the back of it is this, because in those days you could get these painted stencils, and there's a painted stencil of Tarzan and
I remember that.
Numa the lion, and
that's awesome.
There was a follow-up question, by the way, to that.
I've got it here. We've got a couple more questions, and then we're going to switch to giveaways, and then we're going to get out of here. I'm going to raid into Jay. Question: any chance you'll do a whole bean instead of a ground coffee? Will, I don't know what that question is about.
You know, we may actually. I need to talk to Davis about this. We may bring the coffee back. That guy texted the coffee maker texted me about 2 weeks ago, asking if we were interested. We need to bring the coffee back. I'm not sure we'll do whole.
Well, I didn't know where we were with that. I didn't actually because I've been trying to do better, right? So I've been ordering these. So I didn't.
Yeah, I don't know how many people do whole beans. It's better to get whole beans, but
yeah.
No, we had a really good. It was a really good. It was really good. The coffee we made was really good.
Yeah.
Harad Cabal, who asked about the type back, wants to know: does it lay flat?
So it's not going to lay flat like you want it to. You want inline binding for that.
Inline binding. Okay.
But it lays pretty good, right?
Oh yeah,
So
that's pretty good. It's just not completely flat like it would be like a ring binder or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that works well. The best for that is inline binding, and that's when you glue the pages to the headboard, and it is pure awesome. It is absolutely pure awesome. Yeah. But it's a very rare binding that you're going to get. But yeah, so you can absolutely lay it flat. And this is a 300-page book.
Saddle stitch could lay flat better than like a perfect bound on.
The problem with saddle stitch when you get into that, because we've moved up as a publishing culture. I don't mean TLG, I mean everybody.
Yeah.
And this is we've moved up to a heavier stock paper.
Right. Yeah.
Saddle stitch wants to close. It really doesn't want to open up.
Our perfect bound stays pretty flat.
Our perfect bound are very good.
Our perfect bound books. These are them here. Of course, this is a bad example because this one's kind of I messed up the binding on this one,
but you want to be careful and you don't want to flatten your binding, your perfect bound books because it'll break you.
It'll break the bind. Yeah.
Careless Fool asks, "Will you publish modules adventures for Barcelona?" Yes, we will.
Last question I have is: what's the chances of getting Buck Rogers IP for RPG from Greytail? I think he's being sneaky a little bit. I don't know.
We would get that IP if it didn't have that little robot called Tuki or Bika Baka or whatever.
That was Twinkie. He's cool. Twinkie's cool. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't he have a giant clock on him or something?
No, that was Flavor Flav. That's a different. Yeah, it's different. So.
Yeah,
no, he has
boys. Anyway,
he has something on him.
You get the Barbarella one.
Flavor. Anyway, all right. Let me get these giveaways started here.
Wait, hold on.
All right.
I found a question that mentions me by name, and I just saw it.
Oh, it was something about
Dakota
Ned
gonna
Shell.
get to go to Gary Connor? Will the Troll Lords make him work? No, I will.
No, he's staying here. We have lots of orders for the ship.
Yeah. We have promised him because he's afraid that he's going to miss the mailroom. We're going to bring the mailroom with him.
That's right.
So,
you guys, there's going to be a live exhibit of me binding, cutting, and mailing.
Live exhibit.
Callie Girl Heather says it's not a clock. It was AI. So it's not the clock, but it's that the round face thing or whatever.
You need some film to put up on the monitors of you doing that stuff, though. Seriously, that would be badass. Show production.
Yeah, I need to get.
You need to do that, Steve. Think about that. That would be cool. That would be cool.
Who knows, Malaki? Who knows? There's only one of those that's badass, and that's Barson.
Let me get over here and get these.
Dying Earth's pretty cool.
I'm gonna shut the giveaways down real quick here. Let me get over to here. Wrong browser.
Dakota, what is Steve giving me for free
nothing?
I have been fired from the booth. I'm not allowed in the booth.
Dakota, what is Steve giving me for free this year? Well, I'm gonna tell you what he's giving. He's giving you a shirt.
No,
I didn't get your shirt already.
Get Todd to go pick those up.
All right, so let's get these giveaways stopped here. I'm gonna cancel.
Chuck just keeps spending money.
Me? I do. Well, not always.
Are they DM shirts?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, here we go. I've closed out the entries. We're going to do these. Real spiel real quick. A link will pop up. If you're new to us, just click that link. It'll take you to the Discord, and you can get your code from Scott, who's known as Obsidian Risk over there. It'll say it in the chat here as well. And you just got to tag him or ask someone. We'll get you the code. It's pretty
A new follower has joined the fray.
I'll be giving away some. I'm gonna give away a couple PDF coupons, and then a couple $15, and then a $25, and then we're out of here. We're right into Jay. All right.
Chuck, I want to apologize. Davis and myself and Dakota allowed you to get a whole 2 sentences out without interrupting you.
I know.
We
I was
won't
kind
let
of.
that, we won't let that happen again.
You noticed I was jerking a little bit because I kept waiting for it. Hey, what's up, Island Night? Good to see you again. I ain't seen you in a bit.
So, by the way, I'm just letting you know that I'm doing some shipping tomorrow. I just wanted to interrupt Chuck too.
Oh, listen, I need you to do me a serious favor. When you get in the morning, will you message me about the printing for that? Because I got to send you those files. And the problem is before you get to work, someone else is already on there saying, "Do this, get this done. Don't do that. Switch, focus."
Let me tell you the problem, Chuck. I'm 3,000 books behind printing schedule, sir. So you're gonna have to get on that.
Well, this is for Gary Con, so take care. Anyway, all right. Let's do this. We're going to do these winners and get out of here. We're just crazy in hell. All right, here we go. First winner up for a $10 PDF is, and the bot is no longer working. That's great.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's cut off. The cloud bot, when I noticed the commands weren't working. Let me try it one more time.
That's
we'll turn it
hilarious, dude.
Stupid. Hold on, let me try this and see if this works.
Commander, come on, man. Don't do that.
All right, it's back. Okay, there we go. It's back. All right. Let's try it again. Here we go. Winner was Tome of the Grey Raven. Congrats. Will, that's you.
You won a PDF of Lions in the Rope.
Right. No, that's... You know I'm elderly, right? You know this, Dakota.
Gotcha.
Right. You did get me hard. All right. All right. Next winner is going to be for a $10 PDF code is going to be Harad Cabal. Excellent. Most excellent. Rock on. There's the link.
You can buy
our Discord.
some of our perfect bound books.
Congratulations, everybody.
Congratulations. And next for the $15 codes. I'm giving 2 of those away. These are just straight off the store, whatever. First winner is going to be Kenny Yeager. Congrats, Kenny. Congrats. Our second winner for the $15 is Wolfgang. Rock on. Congrats on that. And I've still got to remind you guys about that freebie. We'll do that for you until I'll put the link back up. And then for our final winner for a $25 code, it will be Dakota McMurray. No, it won't be. It's going to be 6 Damien Bag. Oh, that's a new name. Nice. Congrats.
All right.
A new follower is getting a coupon that's going to go to the store and buy some good stuff. Awesome. Congrats on that.
Congratulations, everyone.
And again, if you didn't get the link, right there's a link to Discord for you winners that are not already in there. If you are, come over and see us. We got a great Discord. We give away lots of virtual Dr. Pepper. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to close out these entries, and then we're going to set up a rating. Get out of here so you guys can go bug Jay for a little bit. Let me get this. In fact, if you guys, it's very important. If you go over there.
Can we start an alcohol company?
Oh.
Yes.
And sell beer?
Yes.
If you guys are new to Lord Gasamba, go see him over there. He's been running a campaign for 43 years now, and he's been online for about 5 or 6 years with it, streaming. It's old school D&D. It's really cool. You might like it a lot. He's one of our collaborators, partners, friends. Lots of fun. And he is trying to find. There it is. Here's a picture of him there. You can check it out if you want. He loves me for that. I'm sure you're watching Jay. I hope you are. There you go. All right, so we're gonna get this raid out of here and get out of here for you guys. Any more left? You guys share your last thoughts. I'll set the raid up.
Willie, that's a great idea.
What did Willie say? Oh, Troll Lord Jen.
Yeah, TLG, Troll Lord Jen.
Atop.
That's a good idea.
Well, they're hard cider. There you go.
All right, we're going to rate that up.
Make a beer called Troll Sweat.
You guys do us a favor. Jay is a fantastic dungeon master. He's been around forever. Please give him a follow. He would really appreciate it. He is a partnered streamer. He's the biggest streamer for AD&D on Twitch. Really go check him out. He does an old school kind of vibe with it. It's a lot of fun. So definitely check it out. Hey, Scott, there's Obsidian Risk now hanging out. All right, we're going to get out of here and raid into him. Thank you so much again, everyone, and have a good night. And actually, just 1 second. We will be back tomorrow. I normally stream at about 8:30 Central, but I think we might move that closer to noon. What do you think, Steve?
Sounds good.
Okay, so we'll do a noon stream tomorrow. Do some more giveaways. You guys can come hang out with us.
Follower has joined the fray.
Hey, thanks for the follow also, and all the biddies and everything too, guys. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much. Anyways, have a good evening.
I'll send you a free can of Troll Sweat.
There you go. Whoa, I don't know anything about that. You'll have to email orders.
That's our beer. That's our beer.
Yeah. Beer. I'm not. Anyway, y'all have a good night. We'll see y'all later. Trolls. Ow!